The intention of this video is how to create a GitHub account, how to create a repository in GitHub, and how to add code to your GitHub repository. So the first thing to do is to go create a github.com profile. So it's pretty straightforward to do. All you need to do is sign up and fill in information and press continue and follow the steps. And this should be very straightforward. I have already created my own profile and I have multiple other repositories, but I would like to create a new one for the purpose of this demo. So go to repository. You can create for YouTube. So I would recommend capitalizing the first letter and the letter you're gonna add here. So it gets very hard to read if you do something like this. So you're not sure if it's FORY or if it's FOR and then YouTube. So it's better to capitalize the two different words separately. And then here I should add a description. So I'm saying for the purpose of YouTube. And then you can decide if it's a public or a private repository. So if you intend to share it with others, it's going to be a public repository. If you are working on a project which is secretive or you're not ready to share, that's going to be a private repository. You can choose to add a README file. A README is something to explain to the viewer what the code is actually doing. A gitignore template is a lot of files which you want to add to your local repository which you're not ready to commit to your global, like the public repository. For example, you might have some secrets like passwords, so you don't want to commit those to the online version, to the github.com in the cloud. So you would add that to gitignore, but I would not bother about it for now. Let's ignore that for the purpose of this video. License is if you are copying somebody else's code, like MIT has a license. Bitcoin, I believe it's licensed by MIT. So if you go to github.com and search for Bitcoin, Bitcoin is configured under MIT license. So MIT grants permission to this repository to use some of its software. And if you are just starting out, I don't think you have any of that, so you can leave that as blank as well. And the concept of branch is important. So you can think of Git as a tree, and tree has a main trunk and it has several branches. The main trunk is what is visible to a public audience, and that is what is called main. But if you want to make changes to something you're not ready to showcase to the public, that's called a branch, and you can call the branch whatever you want. And when you're ready to merge the branch onto the trunk, that's when you would submit something called a pull request. So all of this will come later in the course, but for now, this is fine to set the branch as main. So I hope this is clear. So this is creating a new repository. So let's create a new repository. Okay. So this has been created with the branch main. There's only one branch here, which is the main trunk. Okay. And that is how you create a repository on YouTube. And you can share this with multiple people.